Hello everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back playing some FTB Infinity for episode 2, and look at this, we have ourselves a base. So, since the end of last episode, I've done quite a bit of work on this mod pack. I did a little bit more mining, got us a couple more ores, got us a couple more gems, got us a couple more random blocks over here, and did a little bit of sort of clearing of the ground around us, and got us some flowers and some seeds and stuff like that. But the main thing that I've done since the end of last episode is made ourselves a little bit of a base. So, for those who are wondering what these blocks are that I've got around here, basically these are just all different variants of smooth stone and cobblestone. And the way that I get these is we got a little mod installed called Chisel, and Chisel basically allows us, if I go ahead and type in Chisel real quick, to make a bunch of different blocks from pre-existing blocks. And really it's just a decorational mod, to be fair. It doesn't add any sort of different mechanics to the game. It just allows you to make this guy, which is just a stick and a piece of iron, and then when you right click on it and put something like cobblestone in, it gives you a bunch of different blocks that you can make from that cobblestone, pretty much free of charge. It does use up the durability of the chisel a little bit, so it does, I guess, technically use up a little bit of iron and a little bit of wood every time you do it, but you can go ahead and say grab this one here, the cobblestone with dark panel, which is one that I've been using quite a lot around the base. You can see it's in the walls here and up here, and it just allows you to make a couple of different blocks for your base that aren't just the generic cobblestone, smooth stone, and wood, and all that kind of stuff, which I think is quite nice. These are all cobblestone. This floor, I believe, is smooth stone. These pillars around the outside are all smooth stone. And other than that, I don't think I've gone and done much else since the end of last episode, and I'm really quickly gonna go ahead and sleep. But there is one machine that I have left back over by our little base camp and by the entrance to our mine over there, and that is the macerator. And the reason I've left the macerator there is because if you try and pick up the macerator with a pickaxe, also, by the way, I made a set of ruby tools. Ruby tools are from Project Red. They're just the same as normal tools, but they're made with rubies, which I decided to go ahead and do because our iron is pretty precious. We are going to need a lot of the stuff for some of the machines we're going to make. But the reason I didn't move the macerator is because if you try and break a macerator with a pickaxe, it actually breaks the macerator. Like, you don't get the macerator back. It breaks it back down into its parts, and I believe you only get the machine casing back, which means you lose out on some flint, some cobblestone, and most importantly, the little circuit that makes it. So instead of doing that, what we're going to do to start with is we're going to get ourselves a wrench from BiblioCraft 2. Now, you do have to bear in mind there are a lot of wrenches in this mod pack because there are quite a lot of mods that add their own little wrench, like Buildcraft, Forestry, Funky Locomotion, Applied Energistics, Ender.io, Thermal Expansion. All of them add their own little wrench, and some of them do little different things, and some aren't compatible. But for the most part, the only one that works on, I believe at least, the only one that works on BiblioCraft 2 machines is the wrench from BiblioCraft 2, that being either this one here or the electric wrench that we'll get onto a little bit further on in the series. And in order to make this guy, we just need 6 pieces of bronze. Now, if we go ahead and have a look in our quartz grindstone over here, you'll see I've grounded up 14 copper ore and 14 tin ore. And what we're going to do real quick before we go and smelt that up, because we are going to need some more copper and some more tin to make some of the machines that we're going to make later on in today's episode. But to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this and make 2 sets of bronze dust and throw those into a furnace. We've also got some more rubber bars. I did go ahead and, if you look outside here, I went and cut down some more rubber trees and then planted some more little outside here because we are going to need a butt ton of rubber later on this episode. I'll probably also go ahead and grab some of those rubber trees. Again, I don't know if you can see it just over there. We talked about them briefly last episode. That's an actual BiblioCraft 2 rubber tree, and we'll probably start a little farm for those as well. But we can go ahead, we can throw that in there. That's going to get us the bronze. Whilst that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make some planks and start cooking up the rest of this tin and this copper, because like I said, we are going to need to use that later on in today's episode, because what I want to accomplish by the end of today's episode is to have one chest that I can dump all of my ores into and just have them fully automatically get doubled into dust using the macerator, then get smelted and then get deposited into another chest where I can just grab them whenever I need them and use them to make anything else, which would be quite nice. We'll never have to use this quartz grindstone again, and we'll probably never have to use these furnaces again, unless we're making something like real quick like glass or something that's not part of the automated process. So let's go ahead and grab all of those. That thing is almost finished. Whilst we're waiting for that to finish, what we can do, I guess, is we can go ahead and show you the rubber trees from Ep.2. So what we can do for these is we need to make something called a tree tap. And a tree tap looks something like this. It's from Ep.2, and basically what this allows you to do is extract rubber from an Ep.2 rubber tree without cutting the tree down, which is something that we're going to show off today, but there's not really much point in it because we are going to cut the tree down because we want to get a sapling. But basically, what we're going to do is we're going to run over to this tree, we're going to cut it down, but what we would normally do is if we go back, we're going to start with a tree farm over at our base, so we're going to grab some of these saplings and plant them back at our base, and once they're fully grown at our base, we're going to look around for these things here, these little yellow saps, and we're going to right-click them with the tree tap, and that gets us some of this stuff here, some sticky resin, which can be smelted into rubber, or I believe can be used for other stuff as well, I guess, yeah, like sticky dynamite from Craft, which I think is actually a new block. I haven't seen that before. But once we've got our tree farm up, if we leave this long enough, that little bit of resin there will grow back. Which means if we get up like a bunch of these trees around our base, every so often we can just wander around all of them with our tree tap, grab a bit of sticky resin, and we'll be good to go. However, for now, what we're going to do is we're going to tap it again. I think. No. Oh, there we go. Tap it again, get a little bit more resin, and then I believe... Oh, can we just... Is this thing? Oh, no, there we go. Okay, so we can get a maximum of 10 resin out of it, but you'll see that little, like, blob on the tree is now gone, which means we're not going to get any more out of it, and it will actually not regrow, which is a bit of a pain, but that's fine, because we're going to get rid of this tree anyway, because I would very much like to take this back to our base and actually get some of our own trees growing. You can see we did get one rubber sapling. Would have kind of liked more, but one will do to start with. Let's get rid of you. Let's go ahead and break these leaves, just in case we can get one more. Please? Please? No? Okay. Oh, no, we did. Yeah, nice. We got two. Cool. Okay, so we can go ahead and plant those down, and we could just continue to use both the rubber from Mine Factory Reloaded and the rubber... Ooh, what's that? That's an iron aubrey bush. Oh, didn't expect the drop there, but then basically, iron aubrey bushes allow you to grow iron, which is kind of cool. They're pretty slow, so not the best source of iron in the world, but they do allow you to grow iron, which is kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and throw this down near our base and let it grow into a nice tall tree, which we'll come back and use later on in the series. We'll leave you there, and I guess we'll leave you there. And we will turn this into a more, like, effective tree farm at some point in the future. But for now, what I'm going to do is we're going to grab a bunch of bronze. We're going to make ourselves the wrench from BiblioCraft, which looks something like that. And now if we head on back over to our macerator, we should, we can go ahead and pick it up using this wrench. Now, there is still the chance that the macerator will break, which is a bit of a pain, because it means there's no, I think the only real way to guarantee it's not going to break is using the electric wrench and setting it to, like, efficiency mode. But for now, there is a chance that this will still break. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, it did. Oh, the pain. Oh, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. We could have just broke it with our pickaxe. Darn. Well, that's a shame. Anyway, it was worth a try. We might have got it back. But just be careful. If you're going to place down industrial craft machines, make sure you put them down in the place that you want them to stay, because otherwise they might break and you might just lose some stuff, which is not the best thing in the world. Anyway, now we've got that, I guess we're going to go ahead and make a macerator again. But we're also going to make an electric furnace, which is this guy over here, which also requires an electric circuit, as well as a furnace and some iron plates, and we're going to make a generator. The electric furnace is basically a furnace that runs from IC2. It'll run on either redstone, or it'll run on EU, which is the power source, the unit of power from BiblioCraft. And if we type in generator, this guy over here is the basic generator from BiblioCraft, and basically what this does is, you can see there, it says power output 10 EU per tick, and if you put coal into this generator, it will turn that coal into EU, and then you can use that power to power your macerator or your electric furnace, which is exactly what we're going to do today. This thing requires an iron furnace again, as well as 3 iron plates and an RE battery, which is some tin iron casing, some insulated tin cable, and a bunch of other stuff. So what we should be able to do now is, if we head on down here, I'm going to grab a bit of redstone, because we're probably going to need quite a bit of that. And I'm not quite sure what this is doing. It was like flickering there, but that's fine, I guess. And what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a couple of these. I'm going to turn this cobblestone. Actually, can we do this? No, we can't. Okay, so just a warning. If you do use chisel on your cobblestone, you're going to have to turn it back into normal cobblestone before you can use it. Like so. And we're going to have to get 2 furnaces. Like so. And then if we combine those with some iron, like that, we should get ourselves 2 iron furnaces. Nice. We're also going to need a bunch of copper cables. So let's go ahead and do something like that. and then do something like that, and then do something like that with the rubber to get ourselves some insulated cables, and then we should, quite simply, if we get ourselves some more iron here, be able to make ourselves a couple more circuits, which will be pretty nice. We can do that redstone in the middle, cables at the top and bottom, and I've done that wrong. I think it's redstone? Yeah, there we go. We can go ahead and take 2 of those, which is perfect for now, because that means we can go ahead and remake our macerator if we have the flint to do so, which I don't think we do. Oh, we're so close. We got 2. Come on here. I'm going to quickly see if we can get ourselves a little bit more flint. Come on. My scroll wheel. There we go. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. We got 2 more flint. Nice. So we should be able to go ahead and do something, I believe, like this. If I can remember the recipe off the top of my head. Is it like that? Or no, it's a machine frame, isn't it? That guy. Yeah, there we go, macerator, nice. And then we are going to need another machine chassis real quick, so let's go ahead and do that and do this. That gets us another basic, actually, yeah, that's right. For the furnace, we need that. We need, wait, what? Oh, I don't think we do need that, do we? Do we just need that? Nope. Okay, let's have a look. Clearly, I do not know the recipe for an electric furnace. It's just redstone. Okay, so we didn't really need the new basic machine frame, but that's fine. I think we can actually do this. Oh, I thought we could do that and turn it. I'm pretty sure there's a way to turn it back. Or maybe I'm just, oh no, there we go. Like, you can just craft it back. Yeah, we can just craft it back into iron. Nice. So, what we're going to do now is build ourselves a generator. Don't forget that final piece of the puzzle there, Isaac. And the generator is just something that looks a little bit, there are actually a lot of generators, so we're going to have to type it all in. And get this guy. We need 3 iron and an RE battery, which is made using item casing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're going to need a few tin cables, which we can do exactly the same as we do for the copper cables, and use the cutters on the tin plates to get some tin cables, use our rubber to insulate those tin cables. And then in order to make the tin item casing, we have to make first tin plates, and then put them in again to make tin item casing. And then if we go boom, boom, with you at the top and 2 redstone in the middle, we get ourselves an RE battery, which we can then combine with our iron furnace. And I think was that 2 things? Nope. My gosh, I don't know why I'm getting the idea that we need 2 of those somewhere. But we can combine that up with some iron plates like so. 1, 2, 3. And then we should be able to get ourselves a generator. Nice. So, now that we have all 3 of these machines, we also got the achievement for sustainable power or suitable power. Not quite sure, but what we can do with these is I'm going to put the generator in the corner here, and then we're going to go macerator and electric furnace. And what we can actually do is we can use this insulated copper cable to transfer the power from the generator to the other machines. Because by default, what it's going to do is it's going to output power to the machines next to it. So if I was to go ahead and say put some coal, or really anything that you can burn in a furnace, but for now we're going to use coal, into the generator, it's going to produce some EU, and it's going to transfer it to here. You'll see this lights lighting up, but it's not transferring it to here. If we want to transfer it to the electric furnace, we can use this guy, and you'll see this guy can transfer up to 128 EU per tick, which is more than enough for our 10 EU per tick furnace. So, let's go ahead and go boom, 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 and this thing also starts to gain power, which is pretty nice. We're going to go ahead and fix our floor real quick, like that, and you can't even see these cables there anymore. And now, if we were to grab something like our iron ore out of here, we can put it into this guy, have that go ahead and double it into the 2 broken iron ore, and then we can take that out and put it into the electric furnace, and that's going to turn that into 2 iron ingots, and then finally we're going to have a chest on the very end of there, like this, where all the ingots are going to go to. Now, the only problem is that as it stands, or by default should I say, BiblioCraft 2 machines don't auto-eject into the next machine along, which for us is a bit of a pain, because we don't have to come over here and manually move everything out from this guy to this guy every time we want to do something. So, in order to fix that, we are going to make some ejector upgrades, and ejector upgrades look something like this, if I can spell. There we go. Ejector upgrades look something like this. We don't want the fluid ejector upgrades, we just want the normal ejector upgrades, and they are made using another electric circuit, 2 more insulated copper cables, a hopper, and 2 pistons. So, in order to make those 2 hoppers, we're actually going to need some more iron. So, what we should probably do is go ahead and throw that in there, like so. That did get us a little more iron, but we can go ahead and I'll make one here real quick just to show you how it's made. That's how you make a hopper. And then we're also going to need 2 pistons, which is just cobblestone, like so. Wood along the top, like so. Iron and redstone. Did I get that right? I did. Wow. Usually I get the iron and the redstone the wrong way around, but we got that right that time. As well as another piston, which actually means we're going to need some more wood, which we do have. It's all spruce, but that's fine. Here we go. Boom. Boom. And boom. And then finally, the last thing we're going to need is a little bit more copper cable, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. We can just go 1, 2, 3, turn those into plates, turn those plates into cables, and then insulate those cables using some of our rubber. Like so, and then use those. Oh, wait, what? Oh, we need one more rubber. Oh, no, why didn't that work? I feel like that should have worked. There we go, we've got enough rubber. Boom, boom. With redstone either side of an iron plate, which we can make in our inventory here real quick, if we had any iron, which we can get by smelting up in here. And basically, what I'm going to do is we'll show you how to make this one, and I'll probably make the other one off camera, because we are a little shy on resources right now. But let's go ahead and hammer that up, like so. Throw it in the middle, get ourselves a circuit, and then do something like that. Oh, we're missing a cable. No! We're missing the one piece of rubber. Do we have one? Yeah, we do. Here we go. We're fine. We're fine. We were saved by our stockpile of rubber here. Let's go ahead and grab a few more of those. Is it raining? It is. It's raining. I can hear the rain. Let's just go ahead and turn weather off. Not a huge fan of the rain sounds, but if we go ahead and do that, what we can do is we can throw it into one of these 4 slots over here, and it will automatically output all of the stuff that gets macerated into the electric furnace, which is pretty nice. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away, I'm going to go grab some more rubber, I'm going to go make another one of these, and we'll be back in a second. And finally, a little while later, we can go ahead and go boom, boom, get our second ejector upgrade, throw that into the electric furnace, and that will automatically output all of that iron into the adjacent chest, which is pretty freaking nice. And finally, the last thing that I want to do here is go ahead and make 2 more chests if we can real quick. Boom and boom. And I'm going to make 1 more hopper, like so. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this hopper directly above the macerator. We're going to have to move this torch real quick, which is a bit of a pain because it means that my room's a little bit uneven now, but that's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and put this chest above the hopper. And what this is going to allow us to do is put all of the ores that we want processing into the chest above the hopper. So for instance, some more iron. Let's have a look. There's no iron in here. We can throw it into this chest like so. The hopper is going to pull it out of the chest and stick it into the top slot on the macerator, which is then going to automatically double it into 2 dust. Then it's going to get automatically smelted into 2 ingots, and then automatically put out into this chest here, which means we now have a fully automatic system for doubling all of our ores and turning them into ingots, which is pretty freaking awesome. So we're going to go ahead and grab pretty much all of these. I'm pretty sure we can double most of this stuff. Definitely gold, silver, tin, aluminium, iron, copper, lead, and I don't think that we can do these 3. We might be able to do yellowite into yellorium, and we might be able to, let me have a look actually here. We can press U and check the use. We can use yellorium. That is a fact. We can use that, and we might be able to use uranium. We can crush it, and then we can smelt it into uranium ingots. Nice. We'll take both of those. We'll throw both of those into this chest as well. And now all we have to do whenever we go mining, or even if in the future we set up like an automated mining system, we can just throw all of our stuff into this chest, and it's going to get automatically doubled, smelted, and dumped into this chest, which is pretty freaking nice. And it seems like for now at least, our machine, our generator over here is keeping up with the power demand of these 2 machines. In the future, we will upgrade this. We'll either get a few more generators or upgrade to a more renewable source of energy, because as of right now, this thing does use up our coal. Although I am thinking we might set up a little bit of a tree farm and have all of those trees go, all of the wood from those trees go into the generator and use those to provide power as well, because trees are an infinite source of power, which are pretty easy to set up as well. So I think with that, guys, what we'll do is we'll end the episode there. Next episode, we'll come back. We might start setting up the tree farm if we have enough stuff. Maybe. I know it's going to be I'm going to try to do it a little bit differently to ways I've done it in previous episodes, and we'll also try to get a couple more BiblioCraft 2 machines that are going to help us out, because there are machines that allow us to make cables a lot easier. There are machines that allow us to get a lot more rubber from our rubber trees from BiblioCraft 2 that we now have, hopefully outside. Not quite, but that we almost have outside over there. And once we do have them, we'll be able to get a lot more rubber from each of our resin. If we look here, we can either smelt it for 1 for 1, or we can throw it in an extractor and get 3 for 1, which means we can turn this into 33 rubber, which would be a lot nicer than turning it into 11, or even just using the stuff from My Factory Reloaded. And there's also a bunch of other machines from BiblioCraft 2 that we haven't even started on yet, and a bunch of other mods that we haven't even started on yet. It's only episode 2, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. It really does help out the channel a lot. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!